Manny Diaz has done it. He beat a ranked NC State team. Your job is safe. What's going on, Canes fans? First off, the title is clickbait and the little intro was just a joke. Now, don't get it twisted. I am going to take tonight and celebrate this win because it's been a long time. It feels like it's been forever. And honestly, the players earned it. But just this one win, at least right now, tonight, in my opinion, instant reaction is not enough to save that guy's job. But let's not play around tonight. I want to jump straight into my instant reaction and thoughts to this matchup. But actually, real quick, before I do get into that, I want to give a huge congrats to Baby Shaq 569 on winning my beloved Charizard card. Since Miami did find a way to get the victory during my live hangout for the game, I wrote a bunch of names on a spinning wheel and I spun it and it landed on his name, and I am getting in contact with him tomorrow afternoon to get his address and mail it out to him. So huge shout out and congrats to him on winning my beloved Charizard. Now I'll be straight up with you guys. I was wrong about this game. We all already saw my score prediction. I had NC State winning 38-31, and of course, Miami actually pulled out the dub 31-30. So I was actually kind of close on the score prediction if you think about it, but I'm not going to come on here and pretend like I believed because obviously I didn't. And I want to start out this react video with some positive takeaways from the game, and kicking it off has got to be our quarterback numero uno right now, Tyler Van Dyke, because that dude was a little cocky in his interview and he talked some trash about NC State, and it got him mocked on social media, and ESPN even made fun of him. But you know what? Well, he backed it up and played a heck of a game. TVD came out and proved all of the haters wrong. He threw for 325 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. So far this season, he struggled to play well in the first half of ball games, but we have slowly watched him mature and get better and better every week, and it wasn't a problem tonight against NC State. I keep saying this time and time again that I prefer Tyler Van Dyke's arm strength and accuracy. The two big things holding him back right now is just limited time playing at the college level, because this was only like his third start, right? And then also just having a better O-line that can provide a clean pocket, consistent protection, and give him time to go through his reads and progressions. If he can be given that, and if he can just have some more playtime under his belt, this dude is going to be a boss. And man, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but that competition between Tyler Van Dyke and Jake Garcia, woo, but that's a topic for a whole nother video. Now, defensively, we still have the same guys that are missing tackles. But overall, if I'm trying to not just completely nitpick here, we played faster, more aggressive, and we were swarming to the ball. It wasn't perfect, but we didn't just completely embarrass ourselves in front of that 2001 Miami Hurricanes team. And honestly, speaking on the defense, I want to add that James Williams truly is that dude. And we are just going to see him continue to get better and better. And part of the reason I say that is because the man is literally everywhere. He was consistently in on plays, and you always see him running full speed and giving his all and leaving it all on the field. I am so happy and so proud to see that guy wearing that orange and green on his chest. He truly represents the University of Miami football program. And can we all just come to an agreement that Charleston Rambo is by far the best wide receiver that we have on the team? He continues to be the most productive guy in that position group. And can we also just take a moment to appreciate my man, Jalen Knighton, a.k.a. Rooster, because even when we are struggling to run the ball, number one, he typically makes something out of nothing. And number two, he proved that he can be a big threat in the passing game. That man has just next level speed, I'm telling you. And I'm sorry, but him or Don Chaney Jr. should have been running back number 1 from the jump. And you can go back and look at all of my previous content during the offseason, and I've been preaching this. Cameron Harris, in my opinion, I'm not trying to knock the dude. He's injured right now. I'm just saying he's more of a short yardage back. Guys like Jalen Knighton and Don Chaney Jr. just are entirely different monsters. We also finally got to see the tight ends a little more involved. Mallory finally got another touchdown pass, and Arroyo caught a huge 29-yard pass on a critical 3rd down. And just as a heads up, during my stream, I kept pronouncing Mallory as Mallory, and I was breaking out my binoculars, and I was like, who is that guy? Number 85, Mallory? I was doing that. I was trying to be sarcastic, guys, and make a joke because we don't target the tight ends often enough. We don't see them being productive in games. So I was kind of trying to make a joke like I forgot the dude's name because he hasn't caught a pass in quite some time. But I think that the sarcasm kind of went over some people's heads. So I'm just putting it out there that I know how to pronounce Mallory and Arroyo. It was just a joke that apparently was not very funny, I guess. I don't know, or I'm just bad at being sarcastic. But obviously not everything was good. I don't want to sugarcoat this just because it was a victory. This has been a complaint for a long time for me. I still don't know what we're doing on special teams, other than our kicking game, of course. I'm okay with Borgalis and Lou Headley. Boy, are we going to miss that dude when he is gone. But otherwise, we don't really ever do anything special. And I mean, on that NC State punt where we muffed it, and then the same guy who muffed it recovered it and then turned around and fumbled it again. Like, bro, how does that even happen? So something's got to be reworked. Something's got to change there because special teams just still ain't it, bro. And do I even need to say it again? It's the same guys consistently missing tackles week in and week out. I'm not going to name them. If you want to name them in the chat, you want to put their numbers, you can go ahead and do it. We all know who they are. And honestly, I was kind of surprised by the poor play from Isaiah Dunson because NC State continued to target his guy, and more times than not, it resulted in big gains for the NC State offense. But you know what? For now, I think that I'm actually gonna stop with the negatives and just leave it at that because I really actually just kind of want to be like, cheers. Look, Canes fans, let's enjoy this victory a little bit because it's been far too long since we last won a ball game. And I don't know if I was just numb to I am numb to losing over the years, right? It's done that to a lot of us. But it actually does just feel good to get a W. Set everything aside just for tonight, bro. Literally tonight. And then we can get back into, the coaching talks and other various things tomorrow. And the only other negative I would say is probably that, still that run up the middle, Rhett Lashley, if you could maybe just scribble that one out and try something else because I'm not a coach, bro. I'm not an offensive coordinator. I have no experience, but it ain't working. So with that stuff out of the way, let's head on over to ESPN.com and just take a quick look at the stats because some of these really surprised me, and I'm quite impressed by our Miami Hurricanes. So first downs in this matchup, 18 for Miami, 18 for NC State, 6 of 17 third down efficiency. Look at this from that Miami defense. Holding NC State to just 3 first downs, that is huge. 420 yards for the Miami offense, 421 for NC State. 325 of that was passing for us, and 95 was rushing. Now, typically I would be a little disappointed under triple digits with the rushing, but we kind of knew going into this game that we were going to struggle. Number one, because our run game just struggles, period. And also number two, because NC State was allowing roughly 95 to 100 yards per game with their opponents. So that's actually kind of right in line with that, with what they were allowing. So all things considered, I guess that's not too bad. It still needs to be better, but not too bad. 9 penalties for us for 66 yards. There were some in there that were a little questionable, but it is what it is. We cannot continue to shoot ourselves in the foot. And then time of possession, luckily we did not let NC State completely control the clock and own the time of possession. 31 minutes for us, 28 for them. If we take a look at the box score, of course, we already said the man of the night, Tyler Van Dyke, 25 of 33, 325 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. That's huge. Jalen Knighton led the way with rushing 21 carries for 83 yards. TVD did have a couple of carries as well. And then Rambo, 9 receptions for 127 yards. My man, 14.1 yard average per catch, 2 touchdowns, had a 60-yard catch. Bro was just going off. Mallory, 3 receptions for 34. Keyshawn targeted several times as well, 4 for 31. And Arroyo, 1 for 29. Harley, 2 for 21. Let's see. Defensively, leading in total tackles was Wayman Steed. I think that possibly they gave Bolden a sack. They did give Bolden a sack. Otherwise, we only had 1 sack on the night, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1 or 2 sacks. I believe just 1. So that's kind of rough. We did have the muff punt like we talked about. And overall, though, defensively, like I said, I liked what I saw. Guys swarming to the ball and really just playing with more passion and fire than I've seen over these last few weeks. And that brings me to my kind of wrap-up question for this video. And shout out, thank you to everyone who made it this far. And I don't know who made it this far because people who want to answer this question. What truly was the difference tonight? Because, this is one of the better opponents that we've played. Of course, not counting Alabama. And we came out and overall, we played a pretty complete ball game. And it's weird because I'm sitting back and I'm like, Coop, are you sure? Like, bro, are we talking about the Miami Hurricanes? I mean, it wasn't perfect, but what was the difference? Was it the young guys? It can't be just because we were honoring that 2001 Miami Hurricanes team. If that was what it is, then we need to honor them every single game, even at away games. Travel, bring those guys over, put them on the sideline, put them in the stands, whatever we got to do. But I truly don't know. And I'm going to extend that question to you guys, and maybe we talk about it on Walking and Venting with Coop some tomorrow, on Sunday or today, depending on when you're watching this. But what truly was the difference in this NC State game? Is it because we were just backed into a corner? What was it? Just let me know down in the comment section below. But again, I'm happy that we got the dub. It was a close win. I'd rather have a close win than a close loss. And we found a way to put it together and get the dub. Man, just leave your thoughts, whatever it is. If you want to answer the question, you can. If you just want to talk about it, you can put it down in the comment section. But we got a lot to talk about, a whole lot to talk about, because we have I'm going to sit back and enjoy the win, but our next game is a ranked Pitt who just took down Clemson. So we talked about NC State being our toughest game that we had left. It's actually apparently probably going to be Pitt. So we're going to see what we can do. Can we actually turn around and maybe bowl eligibility is actually a possibility for us? We're going to find out. But hey, I appreciate all the love everybody showed me on the live stream. And I'll see you for Walking and Venting with Coop at some point, and then we'll have the Pitt preview. And then, bro, it's going to be a crazy wild week. I got a lot of work to do. So remember, though, guys, we're not one big happy college football family. But at the end of the day, I got to say, it is most definitely always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. Manny, I guess you're safe for another day, bro.